can't stop thinking about him. Or if you're a guy, I can't stop thinking about her. Do you ever notice how sometimes you find yourself not being able to stop thinking about someone? It's like you're stuck in a constant limbo. Well, if so, then you probably, most likely have a soul tie. Hey everybody, it's Stacy, and today I'm going to be doing a teaching on soul ties. What is a soul tie? Different types of soul tie, how to identify you have a soul tie, and how to break the bad soul ties. What is a soul tie? A soul tie is a spiritual, emotional connection you have with someone. It's a spiritual bond, your soul tying to the soul of another person. Hence the name soul tie. But in today's video, we're going to be talking about sexual soul ties and how they were created by God to strengthen the spiritual and emotional connection of a marriage bed. Say this is you. This is an ex. Y'all hook up. Now you guys have a soul tie. Then another ex. Now y'all have a soul tie. Then another ex. Now y'all have a soul tie. People are becoming one. What I'm saying here is one way you can form a soul tie with someone is, yes, through intercourse. This spiritual soul tie is so strong that even if you're far away from each other, that you can still feel them as if they're near you. Or that you have a piece of them and they have a piece of you. Soul ties are very hard to break because no matter how hard you pull away from him or no matter how hard you pull away from her, you guys always end up, no matter the distance, snapping right back to each other. You can't help but think about them, even if you're not trying to, even if you dislike the person, even if it's been years, months, weeks since you've spoken to the person, somehow they always seem to end up popping back in your head randomly. At times, that's how you know you have a soul tie with someone or someone's, because you can have multiple soul ties, as in more than one person. And I know what you're wondering. No way this is biblical. How on earth is this biblical? And if it is, how do I fix this? Let us go to 1 Samuel chapter 18, verse 1. After David had finished talking to Saul, he met Jonathan, the king's son. The soul of Jonathan was knit to the soul of David, and Jonathan loved him as his own soul. Other translations say immediate bond, emotional, spiritual connection, soul tie. But in their case, they had like a friendship soul tie. You know, there's different types of soul ties. There's friendship soul ties. There's brotherly soul ties with siblings, brothers and sisters. There's relational soul ties. I'm talking about the relational ones today. When you are intimate with someone or have been in the past, even if you're not together anymore, until you pray, repent, and come against that soul tie still remains. Hence why so many people are in these really bad dysfunctional relationships and they always end up snapping right back to each other. Is because they have a bonding of the soul that hasn't been broken yet, legally through prayer in the spirit realm. God takes sex outside of marriage very seriously. That's why it's a sin, because each person you lay up with, you are forming a soul tie with them. And now God considers you too spiritually married. I did a teaching on my channel on how to break free from a soul tie. The link is in my bio. Soul ties can be very dangerous because being in an unhealthy soul tie can hinder your destiny over your life. It can block you from reaching your full purpose that God has ordained for you to reach on this earth. It can block you from reaching the blessings and the calling that God placed over your life by being connected to the wrong people. It can be very, very, very dangerous. 5 steps on how to break free from a bad soul tie.